Hello and welcome to the A New Day show. I am your host, Dynamic Daphne, otherwise known as Daphne Clarke-Hudson. In this episodes, we are going to be speaking about the joy of fasting. And I am going to be sharing some key points with you. And also, I'm going to give you a list of scripture references that you can look into, because I know the ordinary people who does not practice Christianity, they don't see the advantage in fasting. They always think that fasting is only a quote-unquote religious thing. However, fasting is a spiritual thing. For those who are religious, it's a religious thing, and it's a healthy thing to do for the human body. So I'm going to give you some scripture reference from this book that I am using again to support that. And this is the book here. I tell you, this is like my health Bible since I invested in that book. So I'm going to share with you some joy of fasting. I tell you what my experiences has been. It has been phenomenal. I know that fasting is not only a spiritual thing, but it's a healthy thing. It's not just a religious thing, but it's a healthy thing. Everybody needs to practice fasting in some way. I remember growing up as a child in Jamaica. Every 3 months, my mother would give me what they call a washout. Since I am getting more into health now and I became an adult, I realized a washout is really a colon lavage that they would give us to get rid of the toxin and all the backup food in our system. So I tell you, people from third world countries, they have it down pat, and that's why they live so long, because they are practicing all of these things. So I know that other people from other countries too, they probably are not going to dietitians and all of that, but they have all these Asian practices that was handed down to them from their ancestors. And fasting is one of those things, because I know when my mother used to give me the washout, all day you would not eat anything until later on you would get a warm broth before they would feed you something again. So I tell you, I'm a living example of majority of these things that I'm sharing with you. So here are some joys of fasting. And I tell you, I thank Richard for his glasses still. I think it's still looking a little better on me now, Richard. I might be keeping it. All right. The first joy, fasting renews your faith in yourself, your strength, and God's strength. Number 2, fasting is easier than any diet. Fasting is the quickest way to lose weight. So a friend of mine asked me today, if I have any weight loss tips that a bride-to-be can use. So I decided we're going to talk about this fasting and everything, and juicing and everything. So I hope she gets an opportunity to listen to this. So the fastest and safest way for you, my friend, is to do some fasting. Fasting is adaptable to a busy life. Fasting gives the joy of physiological rest. Fasting is used successfully in the treatment of many physical illnesses. Fasting can yield weight losses of up to 10 pounds or more in the first week. So I just hope my girlfriend is listening, girl, because I know you don't need to lose 10 pounds, but you can get off as much as you want to get off during that time. Fasting lowers and normalizes cholesterol and blood pressure levels. Fasting improves dietary habits. Fasting increases pleasure eating healthy foods. Fasting is calming. Is a calming experience, often relieving tension and insomnia. Fasting frequently induces feelings of euphoria and natural high. Fasting is a miracle rejuvenator, slowing the aging process. Fasting is a natural stimulant to rejuvenate the growth hormone levels. Fasting is an energizer, not a debilitator. Fasting aids in the elimination process. Fasting often results in more vigorous marital relationships, and we're going to be talking about that in the next episode. Fasting can eliminate smoking, drug and drinking addictions. Fasting is a regulatory, educating and body to consume food only as needed. Fasting saves time spent marketing, preparing, and eating. Fasting rids the body of toxins, giving it an internal shower and cleansing. Fasting does not deprive the body of essential nutrients. Fasting can be used to uncover the source of food allergies. Fasting is used effectively in schizophrenia treatment and other mental illnesses. Fasting under proper supervision can be tolerated easily up to 4 weeks. Fasting does not accumulate appetite. Hunger pangs disappear in 1 to 2 days. Fasting is routine for most of the animal kingdom. Fasting has been a common practice since the beginning of man's existence. Fasting is a rite of all religions, and the Bible alone has 74 references to fasting. Fasting under proper condition is absolutely safe. Fasting is a blessing. Fasting as a way of life. And this list was combined by Alan Cott, MD. Fasting is not starving. It is nature's cure that God has given us. What a list of joys. We could not have asked for a better list. Because there are many people who have never fasted a day in their lives, and especially if you're someone whose diet consists of a lot of processed foods, you know you need a fasting to rid your body of all those toxins that's in your body. You're going to find out that the texture of your skin looks different and feel different. You become alive, aware, and alert. It stimulates you all over. You have a pep in your step. You have so much energy. You're sleeping better. And people are going to be asking you, oh my heavens, what have you been doing to yourself? And you can say, well, I'm fasting. A lot of times you hear people say, I'm going on a 21-day fast and all of that. And people say, but how can you do that? You need some food in your body. However, you can start gentle. If you are someone who has never fasted in your life, you can start gentle. Start by fasting one thing. It might be steak. You decide, I'm going to fast steak. Means I'm having my meal and it will not include steak. So you fast that and your body get accustomed to not having that. And you go on, you probably fast one. Whatever it is, the choice is yours. You can choose one item at a time. Others have done, I am going to fast lunch, or I'm going to fast dinner, until your system gets accustomed and your faith begins to believe in what you are doing. Because a lot of times when people are not accustomed to that, it's like when you go on a diet, you start to crave all the things you have never had in 10 years. The minute you decide you're going on a diet, all of a sudden you're craving, you want the this, the that, and the other. So it's the same thing. Just do it timely, step by step. You could fast breakfast, although breakfast is the most important meal. You could start off, maybe you fast the coffee or whatever. Find out what works for you and start implementing that into your lifestyle. The important thing here is that you heard the list of amazing joys that you can enjoy by practicing fasting in your lifestyle. I want to I want to read out for you the list of scriptures that has been suggested here, that you can read them for yourself and see the spiritual benefits for fasting. Whether everybody has a Bible, or at least I think most people do. If you don't have one, you can probably go to the library and borrow and read it. Or you can go to the dollar store, have some Bibles there. If you don't have one, you can go get that. Not that I'm trying to convert you to Christianity, but just for you to draw references to the scriptures that mentions about fasting. Here we go. Acts 13 verses 2 to 3. Acts 14 verses 23 through 25. 3 John 2. 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 31. 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 through 7. Nehemiah 1:4. Ezra 8:21. Galatians 5:16 through 26, Genesis 6:3, Isaiah 58 verses 6 through 8, Luke 2 verses 2, 5, and 14. Luke 9, verses 1, 6, and 11. Mark 2, verses 16 through 20. Matthew 1, verses 1 through 4. Psalm 69, verse 10. Deuteronomy 8, verses 3 through 8. Joel 2, verse 12. Matthew 7, verses 7 and 8. Psalm 119, verses 18. Psalm 35, verse 13. Matthew 9, verses 9 through 15. Matthew 17, verses 18 through 21. Deuteronomy 11, verses 7 through 14 and verse 21. Nehemiah 9, verse 1 and verses 20 through 21. And last, Matthew 6, verses 16 through 18. So those are just some scriptures that's listed here, that for those of you that are looking for spiritual encouragement or affirmation about fasting, that's what you're going to get from here. And there's a little footnote here I want to read that was written here by Patricia Bragg. It says, "Dear health friends, this gentle reminder explains the great benefits from the miracle of fasting that you will enjoy when starting your weekly 24-hour Bragg's fasting program. For super health, it's precious time of body, mind, and soul cleansing renewal. On fast days, I drink 8 to 10 glasses of distilled water or purified water. I add 1 to 2 teaspoons of Bragg organic vinegar to 3 of them. If just starting, you may also try herbal teas or try diluted fresh juices with 1/3 diluted distilled water. Every day, even some fast days, add 1 teaspoon of Pilum Hulk powder to liquid once a day. It's an extra cleanser and it helps to neutralize weight, cholesterol, and blood pressures, and helps to promote a healthier elimination. Fasting is the oldest, most effective, healthy method known to man. Fasting offers great, miraculous blessing from Mother Nature and our Creator. It begins the self-cleansing of the inner body works so we can promote our own self-healing. My father and I wrote this book, The Miracle of Fasting, to share with you the health miracles it can promote in your life. It is so worthwhile to do it. It's all important to a healthy lifestyle. So, there it goes. There are so many joys. We share the spiritual proof to that. And of course, to each his own. The decision is going to be up to you as to what you decide to modify in your lifestyle. You know, some people decide to do juicing. Some people decide to do half juice, half vegetarian. Some people try to go vegan. I look at the former president, Bill Clinton, and he looks as if he took off 30 years off his life now that he's going vegan. Again, the choice is yours. And whatever it is that you decide you're going to do, I want you to make sure it is right for you and for your families, right? Everything in proportion. You do not need to overdo. You start adjusting things slowly. And before you know it, you are going to have this as part of your lifestyle. I know for me, a lot of times people says, oh, that thing you're drinking looks so, oh, how do you drink that? And I say, really, I'm thinking about how I'm feeling in my body because my energy is high. I remember one day I made something, I think it was a raw soup, and I post the picture, and a friend on social media sent back a message asking me, why would you post something that looks that disgusting on Facebook? It looks like stomach content. That's what she said to me. And I wrote a note back and said, have you looked at my pictures lately? Don't you see how gorgeous I look? And I haven't heard anything back from her since that. And I want to tell you that to each his own. Some people choose to eat all the processed foods and everything. And if that's what you choose to do, it's all right. I respect you. I'm not bashing you. But if you want to live a long, healthy life, rewarding and experience all the joys that there are for you to enjoy, you need to really take a greater look at how you are preparing your foods and what it is that you're doing for your body. I know that, you know, especially around the winter time, there are some people that say, you know, you get the winter blues and you sit in the Epsom salts in your bathtub. For me, that's a great detoxifier for my body. When I immerse in that Epsom salts bath water, I come out feeling so energized. You know, sometimes I put some peppermint in it, or, you know, fresh mint leaves or whatever it is. Use the things for you that you have around you. Because I tell you, yes, it's good to go to the spa, but if you cannot go to the spa, create your own spa. Do the things that helps you. I know the summer is coming up, and you know, we can all get cucumbers, whether it is summer or not. Enhance your drinking water. Put in a couple slices of cucumbers in your water. Put a couple slices of fresh lemon in your water. It just enhances the taste. I put cinnamon stick in my water every day, and it gives it a nice taste. I just happen to love cinnamon, and I know cinnamon has a lot of advantages. I'm not here prescribing for you, but you can research and see what it is that it does and that how it can help you. But there is so much that you can do to bump it up a notch so that you enjoy your foods and stop cooking the life out of your foods. I know sometimes people cook the string beans and they are as dark as night. You're cooking all the nutrient and vitamins out of your food. Start, you know, see what you can tolerate raw. Eat it raw, or blanch your food, or just steam it. But you're going to find out there's so much more sweetness and the food tastes so much better. So I want to hear from you. You know, I hope these tips that I've shared with you has helped you. I want, you know, email me. Call me. You can email me at dynamicdaphne12@gmail.com. I think my email is. And for those of you who are my friends on Facebook or any of the social media, leave me a message and let me hear what benefits you have gotten out of the episodes that I am doing here. I tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it is not difficult to be healthy. It just takes the commitment and dedication that we have for ourselves. It is nobody's responsibility. It is your responsibility to take charge of your life. And it doesn't take a lot. Trust me, it does not take a lot. So long as you spend majority of your time in the produce aisle. Take yourself out of all of the other aisles in the grocery store and spend 3/4 of your shopping moments in the produce aisle. I tell you, it's going to be worth it. Ladies, your husbands are going to be loving you once they see all the energy that you are having. And men, your wives are going to say, oh, my baby is back. So I want to tell you, make the commitment. And again, I think I mentioned in another episode, to go in the kitchen, take the whole family in the kitchen and start to prepare things together. And you're going to see so much fun in preparing those meals, and you're going to enjoy it. And there's going to be so much life. Again, I invite you to tune into my radio show if you Google me, Daphne Clarke-Hudson on Google, you'll see the link for my radio show, which is on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and on Sundays at 7 p.m. And check me out on Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. I'm at Daphne Clarke-Hudson at all 3 of those platforms. On Twitter, I am at Dynamic Daphne, and on Facebook, I am at Dynamic Daphne. And also, I want you to check out this special link, http://www.gofundme.com/1 lowercase g 4 M38. I want you to check that out. That's as a nonprofit that I have founded to support the students at the Carmel School in Jamaica, West Indies. That's my former elementary school. And I've committed to provide a hot breakfast for those children. I need your support in doing so.